Mac. Good enough to fuck your mother!
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Cartman!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Tied Up Tuesday. I'm your host, Minx. And of course, I am joined by the one and only Radar. What is up, dude? How have you been? I haven't talked to you in, 2 weeks now.
I know, it's forever.
Yeah, sorry about last week, you guys. I missed it. I was on call and at work until like 9 o'clock at night. So that was fun. It was a good day. Dude, seriously though, fuck last week. Fuck last week. I'm only supposed to work 8 hours, not 12. This is some bullshit. But okay, so our hospital, like our numbers are getting busier, and like because we've had some closures in their surrounding area, and instead of finishing building like the remaining 2 ORs and then hiring more staff to like help even out the workload, my hospital administration was like, let's use that space for training purposes. We're like, what? This makes no sense. So, but that's been my week. Hello, everyone.
So these are like surgery tech rooms or surgery rooms or whatever, ORs that are all ready to go, and they're like, we'll use it for training.
Right, yeah. Okay, right. So they're not fully complete. They're shelled out. So the skeletons of the walls and everything are there. They're built. It's just a matter of completing construction, which, would help, what's the right word? Increase productivity. It would help bring more profit into the hospital. But no, they would rather waste money and spend more money on paying people overtime, which is time and a half, which is nice, than they would finishing out the OR so that way they could make money. Like, and we're a for-profit hospital, so it's really confusing, like, why they do things the way that they do.
Or are they waiting to get the stuff to kit it out and finish it up? Or I guess it doesn't make much sense to me, but I'm a lowly non-medical person.
No, and that's just it, though. Like, if they, I don't know, fucking finish building it, they can put it in the budget to finish fucking, furnishing it, if you will. Oh, and then they could also update our beds. Our one OR bed, it's like on fucking hydraulics. So when you unlock it, it goes, and like the whole bed jumps. And you're like, this can't be safe. But yet, here we are. So, that's what's going on over in my world. Oh, I got engaged, so that's exciting.
Ooh.
Right? I tricked the boyfriend into proposing somehow. He was like, let's keep her around. I don't know. So I've been doing a lot of what I'm dreaming about, having dreams about planning this wedding. Like I wake up and I'm like, did I really do this or what's happening? And fucking budget and numbers and just all sorts of shit.
I'm going to say this. I've been engaged to my fiance for 2 years, over 2 years. And we haven't planned anything. So you're way ahead. You're way ahead of us. So you got that going on.
Right. We got a date. And this is in the works. But that's been changed already now. Twice. So maybe we don't have a date. I don't know. It's next year sometime.
I've been saying that for 2 years. Next year sometime. Maybe next spring.
No, next year. Gotta wait for next year.
Well, and we have like we have a lot of tragedies, and we start talking about it. Like, what about this time? And then it's like, oh well, this something huge and horrible happens. Like the other night, I don't mind sharing this. My mother-in-law, my fiance's mother, passed away.
Aw.
So we were talking about, hey, we should do this and da 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 da, and it's now we got to go through planning the funeral and all that,
Right?
and
It's like, oh, never mind. This can go on hold.
right, and it's just been that way for 2 years ago. Actually, 2 years ago today, my ex-wife passed away, and my daughters had to come live with me. So it's like I said, it's not just like we maybe want to go on a vacation. It's like huge tragedies that take it all out of us, and then all of a sudden we have to kind of put everything else on the back burner. So it's, I don't know, Radar's got a crazy life.
All right, that's fucking insane, dude. That's not good. I'm sorry about your mother-in-law, though. That's
Yeah, it was nuts. It was I don't know. She survived breast cancer like 15 years ago.
Oh wow.
And the chemo, that does wonders for your body.
Yes.
And it started messing with her liver, like 2 years ago. And so we thought she was gonna eventually have that problem, but she ended up having an aneurysm on Saturday night and then passed away on Sunday.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Aneurysms suck.
But the more we talk about it and think about it, it's kind of better than that slow decline of liver failure as well. So it's.
That's true. That's very true.
Wow, way to take the wind out of the sails of this fun party.
Right? Let me just finish my bottle now.
Right.
Shit. It's like, oh God. However, I did get happy news today in the form of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's Green New Deal burning in epic flames on the Senate floor today. The Senate,
Yeah, she got a whole handful, several handfuls of votes in favor?
No, she got 0.
Oh.
57-0 with 43 present. So the final vote was 57 nays, which is all the senators, or the Republicans, sorry, if you will, and then 43 present, which means all of the Democrats, everyone on the blue side of the aisle, said, we're not going to vote no, but we're not voting yes. So I'm here. Amazing. This is great. So the Senate roundly rejected the Green New Deal as expected on Tuesday, with not a single senator voting yes. Most of the Democrats voted present in protest. Ocasio-Cortez argued she encouraged the senators to vote present. I don't know why you would encourage the people who are supposed to be on your side to vote present instead of yay. Because, to me, voting present means that, I'm not going to break party lines and vote with the Republicans, but I'm also not in favor, nor do I support this bullshit. Instead of a way of, how do I fucking put it? It's like, they're obviously not showing any support for her or her fucking crazy ass fucking bill. So Democratic Senators Joe Manchin of West Virginia, Kristen Sinema of Arizona, and Doug Jones of Alabama all voted no, as did Independent Senator Angus King. Senate GOP leader Mitch McConnell staged a show vote on the Green New Deal. The move was designed to put Democrats on the record about the progressive plan in a vote Republicans can exploit later for political purposes. Earlier Tuesday, Ocasio-Cortez slammed Republican Senator Mike Lee, who mocked her Green New Deal in a speech on the Senate floor. That's amazing. I'm so upset that I fucking missed that. Damn it. Sorry, YouTube. I'll get it later. So Lee, in a colorful speech, used a variety of photos to make his point. He claimed the deal would ban airplanes and leave Hawaii to use a massive fleet of giant, highly trained seahorses to get around. That's fucking great. So
I was in no way, absolutely no way for this bill until you said giant seahorses to
Right.
get around. Now I'm like, saddle me up one. I'm in. I love Hawaii. I wish I could live there, but I also don't like spending $20 for a gallon of milk
Right.
and eat nothing but Spam. But I want to ride giant seahorses. I think you could. I'll move there and I'll start a giant seahorse ranch. And sorry, and it's funny to me.
Oh my god, it's great.
But
So
but she didn't vote for it.
well, no, because she's in the
either.
House.
Oh,
She's in the House.
Okay.
She's not a senator,
oh, okay.
right?
don't-
So, but she is quoted as saying, "I encourage them to vote present along with others." McConnell tried to rush the hashtag Green New Deal straight to the floor without a hearing. The real question we should be asking: why does the Senate GOP refuse to hold any major hearings on climate change? The self-described socialist explained in a tweet responding to the lack of Democratic votes. If your own party refuses to go on record that they support this, there's probably a reason why. Because even they're like, this bitch is crazy.
Well, I think she's showing that in spades
Right?
that
Oh my
she
God. It's so
she's
great.
got the
It's so
mark cornered.
Great. I love talking about her just because, and I love I know when I'm sick of seeing her face, but at the same time, I love it because I'm like, oh, what kind of crazy shit did she say now? Like, people think President Trump's bad on Twitter. Just listen to this hooker. Like, just keep talking, honey. You're making me feel smarter. And I know nothing about economics at all. And she supposedly majored in it. But
I don't know how she passed because I'm
Dude.
not like a math major, but I know if you make X amount of money, you can't spend 300 times that and still be like okay.
right, and still be in the black. You just can't. Something about basic numbers and how the one is larger than the other, and you're like, wait, no, but that leaves a hole. I don't know. But yeah, no, I agree, Tyler. I feel fucking smart when she talks. I'm like, yes, I could do her job. Right? If the people can vote for that, maybe I should run for office. Although I don't think I'd get very far. They'd be like, ma'am, you need to watch your mouth. The fuck you say? The fuck I don't, motherfucker. Parents would be so proud. Right? I get up on the floor to debate and be like, listen here, fucker. It's not what the fuck. God, it would be bad. It would be a shit show. Like, worse than this, worse than AOC. I don't think so. I think she's worse, but it could get interesting with my profanity and my use of, what's the right word? Sentence enhancers. So let's see. The article goes on to say the Democrats slammed Mitch McConnell for holding a, quote, sham vote on the matter. It was a non-binding resolution, meaning it had no force of law, and needed 60 votes to advance to in the legislative process, which was impossible given the Democrats only have 47 votes in their corner. Most of the Democrats voted present in protest, while Democratic senators, like I said, those three voted nay. So,
Well, I want to go on the record and say that chick from Arizona is actually kind of hot. I'm going to say that.
the senator, Kristen
Yeah.
Sinema, she's the one who's bi, right?
Yep. And look at the company she's in. I mean, like compared to like what Pelosi or
Oh, God.
Feinstein or something.
Right? God, Pelosi, Waters, fucking Warren. Like, all 3 of them hoes just need to die already. Oh, speaking of death.
Ooh.
Do we start this conspiracy already? Because there's a lot of shit that's been going on over the last, the last 2 weeks. And it's got my whole, conspiracy theory antenna on overdrive. I'm like, what do they know? But do we wait for that? Because also, there was an article that came out from Johns Hopkins, which, is only the world leader when it comes to, I don't know, medicine, science, biology, anything that does with people. They're pretty much the subject matter expert, right? You can't fucking deny it. No one can fucking deny it. Well, they came out with a statement yesterday from the chief psychiatrist in regards to transgenderism, aka gender dysphoria, which, as everyone fucking knows, in 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and pretty much up until very recently, has been known as a mental disorder. Because it is. You cannot change your biology. You just can't. No matter how many hormones you take. God, I feel like a broken record. No matter how many hormones you take, no matter how much surgery you have, biologically, you will either always be male or female, with the rare exception where someone has both. But that is super rare, more rare, in fact, than people who claim to be transgender, which is 0.01% of the United States. So why our country and our fucking lawmakers and why people continue to pander to the 0.01% is out of my fucking mind. I don't fucking know. It fucking boggles me. Why are we fucking pandering and going out of our way for them when statistically their suicide rates don't change if you label them by their correct pronouns or not? It doesn't change. It's still 40%. Because again, it is a mental disorder. And this is coming straight from Johns Hopkins chief psychiatrist. So, Dr. Paul R. McHugh claims that transgender individuals suffer from a form of mental illness and that gender reassignment is biologically impossible. On the heels of the American College of Pediatrics reaching the decision that transgenderism of children is child abuse. People are melting down fucking everywhere. So, to be clear, people should be treated very seriously when attempting to rectify their feelings with surgery or dangerous hormone treatments because they do need help and fast. So, it goes to say, can people reasonably disagree about a cure? Can people also agree that children should not be making these choices? Dr. McHugh also states that people who endorse gender reassignment are in fact supporting a mental disorder. According to CNS News, Dr. McHugh, the former psychiatrist-in-chief and its current distinguished service professor of psychiatry, said that transgenderism is a mental disorder that merits treatment, that sex change is biologically impossible, and that people who promote sexual reassignment surgery are collaborating with and promoting a mental disorder. So Dr. McHugh is the author of 6 books and at least 125 peer-reviewed medical articles. He made his remarks in a recent commentary in the Wall Street Journal where he explained that transgender surgery is not the solution for people who suffer a disorder of assumption. The notion that their maleness or femaleness is different than what nature assigned to them biologically. He also reported on a new study showing that the suicide rate among transgender people who had reassignment surgery, is actually 20 times higher than the suicide rate among non-transgender people. Dr. McHugh further noted studies from Vanderbilt University and London's Portman Clinic of Children who had expressed transgender feelings, but for whom over time 70 to 80% spontaneously lost those feelings, which means, wait for it, that children who are like, Mom, I think I'm a boy, and they're like, but Sally, you're a girl, 70 to 80% of the time, years down the road, they're like, oh, no, just still a girl. Definitely a girl, I'm not a boy. So if the parents of Sally, in theory, right, Sally, if they had been like, if they had taken this 6-year-old by her word, like, oh, you think you're a boy? Let's fucking pop you fucking full of testosterone and really just fuck your body up. Years down the road, if, they've been doing this for 8 years, and so she's fucking, 15 now? 14, whatever. And she's like, no, I'm definitely a girl. She's fucked. Because she has not been able to go through female puberty. She hasn't started her cycle. She's at risk of, growth deformities and fucking all sorts of other shit. But no, they said it was a thing. But it's not. So Dr. McHugh concludes his piece claiming that those who support gender reassignments support mental disorder. At the heart of the problem is confusion over the nature of the transgendered. Sex change is biologically impossible. People who undergo sexual reassignment surgery do not change from men to women or vice versa. Rather, they become feminized men or masculinized women, claiming that this is civil rights matter and encouraging surgical intervention in its reality to collaborate with and promote a mental disorder.
So I guess I 100% agree with everything that you just said in that study. But what cocksuckers do we blame for that? Do we blame the doctors or do we blame the politicians? Like, where does the blame in there lie? The cocksucking family? Like, okay, I've got kids. I've got anywhere from a 2.5-year-old, almost 3-year-old, all the way up to an 18-year-old. And every single one of them kids has played with, the opposite gender dolls. I remember my son, when he was a kid, when he was, 2, would play with Barbies. And my 2-year-old now, just today, she'd rather drive a dump truck around the yard instead of playing with dolls,
right.
So, but, I mean, what – I guess to me – who's making that decision? So since my 2.5-year-old daughter or my 6-year-old son who plays with my 2.5-year-old daughter, they're playing Barbies, does that mean I should take my 6-year-old in to, I don't know, get shot full of estrogen and be like, And then what kind of cocksucking doctor, I'm saying cocksucker a lot. I've been watching Deadwood, catching up. I'm sorry. But I mean, what doctor is like, okay, yeah, he's 6. Why don't we shoot him full of some estrogen or what? Testosterone for female. What? Because Johns Hopkins University is a pretty renowned. It's not
world renowned, and it is the leader in literally everything medicine, especially here in the United States. They are at least the country, if not the world leader, when it comes to medical shit.
So if I take my daughter down and say, she wants to play with dump trucks, shoot her full of stuff, and we're going to start putting her in jeans instead of dresses or whatever, and all that, then it's Johns Hopkins. It's not fucking, Des Moines Area Community College or some shit like that. It's an actual no bullshit accredited, very highly respected university. Why? I guess this is my thing. Shouldn't doctors? I thought, you work in the medical profession. I don't, but I was always told they're not supposed to do any harm. So if you're doing that shit to a child, you're doing them harm. And yes, Tyler, Yankton cocksuckers. That's right. But I mean, I don't get it. Where is this? where does the problem lie? I mean, who's to blame, and why isn't anything being done about it?
Because in today's society, we have to pander to the extreme minority. Like, extreme minority. Like I said, we pander to the 0.01% because, oh my God, we're not being inclusive. And that's why they're killing themselves. No. That is not why they are killing themselves. It has never been because that has never been the reason. Because, oh, they were being excluded. No, they have something wrong with them mentally. And they can't fucking handle it. So then they fucking off themselves. That's what people fucking do. They've got something going on in their heads that they can't handle. And they think like, oh, this is the only way I can fucking get better. This is the only way I can fucking deal with it. This is the only way I can handle my problem is to off myself. Because then if I'm dead, I won't have to deal with it.
But I'm going to throw this argument out there because they're a very extreme minority. You know, what'd you say, less than 0.1%. And to me, it looks like two ways. Kind of how those cocksuckers up there in Washington will be like, oh, we need to do this for the veterans just to kind of get that sympathy vote. And then also, so I think they're kind of doing that with the transgenders, but also it feels as though if I was transgender, I would actually have more privileges than I do as a white male. You know what I mean? I can't just go in and be like, yeah, you don't like me because I'm a white dude. Like that doesn't work. But it seems to work for, you know, transgenders or whatever. And it I don't know. It's really, really strange to me how this has all changed, I guess.
No, I mean, I agree. It's fucking insane. And I think it's because we became a society where everyone gets a goddamn trophy. And everyone has to be fucking special. But if everyone's special, that means nobody's special. So now people are going out of their goddamn way to make themselves special. By, oh, I'm gender fluid. What the fuck does that even mean? That's not a gender. It's not a fucking liquid state that can, you know, sway back and forth. That's not a thing. It doesn't happen.
When I hear that term gender fluid, I think that you can like chop your penis off and it grows back like the tail of a lizard. That's what I think of in my mind when I hear that.
Right? I don't feel like a dude today. I'm gonna just cut off my dick. Don't worry, it'll grow back in a couple days. Right? That's not how this works. Right? You can't fucking bob at your dick. Doesn't do that. But yeah, so then I got that Johns Hopkins article, and then we got this one, which was a Florida family is opting to raise their child Sparrow as gender neutral and calling the child they be. Are you fucking insane? That bird is going to have so many issues when they grow up. And, you know, because genders, you're in a fucking box, right? Like, again, we don't push, like, the boyfriend, or fiance and I, we don't push the girls to be like, oh, love pink and purple and all things fucking girly. We don't fucking do that. We're like, you know, you do what you want to do, but you're a girl, you know, and their mom is like that as well. And fucking the older one, obsessed with pink, all things glittery, fucking mermaids, unicorns, princesses. She loses her shit. And the younger one loves blue and Sonic the Hedgehog and Pac-Man and fucking Ninja Turtles. But never once has she been like, I think I'm a boy. Like, you're like, hey, what are you? And she's like, I'm a girl. Yeah, yes, you are. You know, she loves dresses. But we're not shoving designated girl toys down their fucking throats. We're like, oh, you want You want to get dirty? Go get dirty. Fucking, you want to play with action figures? Go fucking play with them. It doesn't fucking matter. But god damn. Gender neutral. Oh god, I fucking hate people calling a child baby. What the We did not assign a sex at birth, which means that when they were born, they had genitals. We know what they are. We just chose to acknowledge that those genitals don't indicate anything about gender. But it does. Sparrow, who is 11 months old, will be able to decide his or her gender when he or she is older. Oh, okay. So that's going to really fuck them up when they get into fucking kindergarten and they have to separate and like into sides and be like, oh, you know what? You know, girls over here, boys over here. Or, hey, you. Oh, you need to go to the bathroom? Well, which fucking bathroom do you use in a goddamn elementary school? Because not all of them have those gender neutral bathrooms. God, like, and so then that kid's gonna be fucking confused, and they're gonna be like, all right, so do I go in this one? Like, which bathroom do I fucking go into? Which line do I fucking get into? Do I go with the girls? Do I go with the boys? I don't know, because my parents decided to fuck me up.
Well, I'm gonna throw this out there, and Casey Lynn had a great post. Raising them gender neutral originally meant not limiting the pink, blue Barbie truck, etc. Now it's to the extreme, and I 100% agree with that. I think it was Friday, my 2.5, 3-year-old, whatever, she'll be 3 in June. She was in a Frozen dress, like holding a Barbie, and she had the little hood on her little car, like opened up, and she was fixing it like daddy. Like, maybe she's gender fluid. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe she's just a fucking kid and wants to play with whatever she wants to play with.
Right.
You know, that's where this shit's lost. Now, Sparrow, I fucking hope, pray that kid comes out and says, I'm a boy and I'm fucking Jack Sparrow, and he like steals a boat and fucking sails away from his crazy ass parents.
Right? Oh my god. Like, these people, everyone is trying to be the wokest woke motherfucker out there. Like, I'm so woke, all my kids don't know what the fuck they are. Beat that. And it's
Want your kid to be woke? Tell them taxation is theft. Tell them fucking taxation is theft, and then fucking, yeah.
Shit, Pookie's gonna come out the goddamn woodwork now. Like, rah!
Mm-hmm.
No, oh, god damn it. Seriously, though, like, this whole thing, it's stupid. Right? Exactly. I don't know, Doc Mortar, what the fuck woke is. I don't know. But everyone's having this huge competition with each other on who can be the most wokest woke fucking woke. And being like, oh, I'm so aware of social struggles with everyone, and we need to be inclusive with everyone. I'm so goddamn woke. I never sleep. It's like, what? I don't even know what that means. And who the fuck cares? Who the fuck, like... And, like, I always see on social media, like, get woke. And I'm like, about what? Like... So I think what it is that when they're like, oh, get woke, it's because someone is, I guess, asleep on some sort of social issue. Or ignorant, or I don't know. Either way, everyone's trying to outdo each other on how awake they are with all things, you know, social and sociology, and it's goddamn ridiculous.
Well,
right?
you're just throwing out words like...
Laura brings up a great point. Gender-neutral restrooms, locker rooms, and prisons have led to more sexual assaults on women and girls than ever before. Men dressing as women to get access to fresh bait. Thank you, Laura. And all these woke motherfuckers are like, oh, that'll never happen. That's not a thing. It just, you know, they just want to go to the bathroom and use the bathroom. No. No. Like those fucking drag queen. Okay, I have no problem as an adult, if you want to go as an adult, to watch drag queens. I don't fucking care. I've gone to drag shows. I think they're great. Get it, girl. I'll fucking cheer you on from the back. Like, yes, bitch. Yes. Do I think it's appropriate for children? No, absolutely not. I don't, because drag queens are sexualized. Kids don't need to be around that. But, you know, everyone's like, oh, when that whole drag queen story hour, oh, they just want to read stories to children. It's not going to cause anything bad, blah, blah, blah. They just want to be them and show kids that this is another avenue of, like, a career, fucking whatever, that they could, like, choose to pursue. And it's like, no. Right? And then we have that instance in fucking Houston where a child sex offender who has sexually assaulted an 8-year-old boy was one of the drag queens at Drag Queen Story Hour, or fucking whatever it's called. Like, if predators want to get to you, they're gonna find a way. And all these bitches out here being like, oh, I don't see anything wrong with this. It's great. We're including everybody. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You're setting the innocent up to be preyed upon. Even more so than, like, regular day-to-day life. Congratulations to all the parents in fucking Houston who took their kids to this, because who knows what the fuck was going on with that asshole.
Well, and it's kind of like, I want to say it's almost like a copycat thing now. And this is me being an ignorant kid from the Midwest. But I remember I went to Dallas, right? This is like 20 years ago. And I got stationed in Dallas, and actually I was in Fort Worth, but I digress. I was dating a girl at the time, and she's like, let's go to this bar. It's super fun, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, all right, I like bars. I like drinking. Let's go. And this isn't a poop story, so don't worry. But we go, and I'm already drunk, so I pass out in the back of her car. We show up in Dallas. It's like an hour drive. Get out the car, and there is like a 6'4" probably 300-pound black dude wearing a pink mini skirt and a pink wig, and he's playing a ukulele, and like 4 inches of his dong's hanging out from underneath the mini skirt. And I was like, whoa, because like I said, I'm from like Hicktown, Iowa.
But
never seen nothing like that before.
Everyone is like, oh, it's okay because he's gay, so he can get away with it. Like pride parades. I personally do not think children should go to or be in a pride parade. Pride parades are known for nudity. They are known for the extreme end of the gay spectrum, right? You get all these, I can't say the word I want to say, out there who are in like fucking leather straps, and they're all fucking strapped up, and their dicks are hanging out, their ass is hanging out. But yeah, sure, let's expose fucking children to this, because it's only been, clinically proven that a child who is overly stimulated or like hypersexualized in childhood while they're developing become fucking serial killers. Like, they have shit wrong with them mentally if they are over-sexualized as children. But sure, let's fucking throw them in the middle of a fucking fairy parade, because why not?
But see, like, this dude was super chill, super cool. He just wanted to stand on the corner and play his ukulele. You know what I mean? Like, but this is, like I said, I'd already been drinking. By the time we got down there, it was probably like 11 o'clock at night. Dude was doing, and he was outside of a gay bar. Dude was doing what he was doing. Like, actually, that was a super fun night. It was a lot of fun. I actually had a ton of, and beers were cheap too. So if you ever want to drink cheap, go to a gay club, because it was pretty cheap. But I'm just saying, and like, it was fun. Like, and like, my girlfriend and her friends all just wanted to dance, and I was just like, I'm just here for some beers, And it was actually super chill, and they were super cool. Like, they realized that I was not gay and was not like into it, and they were fine, and it was a great time. I actually, of all of my drinking nights that don't involve pooping in closets, like, it's one of the few that I remember. And so, like, obviously that must mean something, but it's another, like, but so that behavior has existed probably forever. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
I mean, we have knowledge that there've been the gays have been around since ancient Greek and Roman times, and definitely ancient Egyptians. It's like, I'm not saying homosexuality is not a thing. I'm just saying, hey, let's not throw sexuality at children. Let children be motherfucking children. Don't be like, everyone's in such a rush, like, oh, we gotta let them grow, like, we gotta make them aware of social shit, we gotta get them to grow up super fast. No, let them be fucking kids. When they become preteens, teenagers, then that's when they if they have questions about sexuality or sexual orientation, fucking sure, that's the time to address it. Not when they're fucking 6 years old.
No, for sure. For sure. I think that honestly.
And Ari, don't get me wrong, all right? I completely agree. There's nothing wrong with the majority of the LGBT community. Again, I fall under the B part. The only thing I don't like is the hypersexualization of children. That's what I don't agree with. And for whatever reason, the LGBT community seems to be huge on that. Like, oh, let's bring all the children into the Pride Parade for where they are fucking eye level with some dude's ass. That's just flapping in the wind.
But see, I
don't agree with that.
I'm actually kind of wondering how much of that is the LGBT community and how much of it's people who quote unquote support them. You know what I mean? You've got all these people now that want to show their support for, you've got white girls on college campuses wearing Black Lives Matter shirts, and you've got, they don't, whatever. But you've got people that are showing up like, me and my family supports your lifestyle. Okay, well, that's great. But, hey,
right.
This is for, it's, I don't know. And it's kind of like everything is getting more attention than even some of the people in that community wanted to get.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I've got gay friends and lesbian friends both, and they just want to live their lives. They just want to do what they do. They just want to be human beings and love who they love and do themselves.
Right. But that's what that kind of goes along with what I was saying, though, is that these people are out here in a competition to be the most aware of everyone's socioeconomic, struggle and catastrophe. Like, oh, I'm so goddamn woke. I go to every Pride Parade, and I fucking bring all the kids in there, fucking put my 6-year-old in a pair of chaps, and there we go. There's no, like, what? Why? If they, like, if you want your kids to be aware of, like, the plight of gay people, which, let's face it, is not a thing. Because it's not, like, or at least in our country, right? The gays are not discriminated against. The gays are not, I don't know, thrown off buildings or beheaded or lynched. That doesn't happen here. It happens in other countries. But yet people protest here for reasons. I don't know.
Well, and like I said, I think this kind of, I'm going to tack on, like, the people who've been doing like the TED Talks on pedophilia and all that. It's a sexual orientation, and we're gonna, the kind of like the LGBT community has like gained like piggybackers on, and I think that some of these very drastic woke people are kind of piggybacking on them as well, saying, look, I'm so woke, I'm gonna do this for my kid, and hey, you guys need to accept us because I'm attracted to little girls or whatever. And it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, at some point, like, there has to be, like, a line drawn. Like, okay, if you want to marry another dude, that's cool. But you can't screw a 14-year-old girl.
Here right now.
What's that?
What do you want? I don't care. Sorry.
Oh no, I thought you were talking to me. I was like,
No.
what did I do?
Right? What do you want? No, it was
Right.
one of the small ones, because they know on Tuesdays that I do this, right? And so they know they're not supposed to be in here because, again, who knows what the fuck I'm going to talk about? They don't need to hear some of it. One, they can form their own opinions later when they're older, and two, they're 4 and 6. They don't need to know yet. Go be a kid. Go fucking watch Trolls. That's all your world should consist of right now is fucking My Little Pony and Trolls and fucking learning your letters and learning how to read. That's all I want you to do. Right? I don't need you to be in here listening to this. It's not age appropriate.
Right. We're all talking about trying to protect the children, and I'm out here spewing cocksucker every other word and and everything. And I closed the door, but now I get attacked by the cat who apparently was in here and is like, I want to use your leg to sharp my claws on. So, but it's whatever. but that also to me, kind of follows down, like, me as a parent, it should be my responsibility to take care of my kids. But obviously, if you are doing things like giving your child, and we have two sides of this coin now. We have people who won't give their kid any medicine, and we have people who are giving their kids way too much medicine, different kinds of medicine, I guess. But I mean, like, and everyone's afraid to say you're a bad fucking parent. I'm not afraid to say it. If your kid is all fucked up, I'll tell you, hey, your kid's fucking ridiculous. You need to learn how to parent. But I don't know, like, it's just really weird to me that, one, the government should try to regulate it either way, but then to turn around and say, well, you don't got to vaccinate your kids, but you can give them hormones and shit. I don't know.
Right. Weird. I don't know. But yeah. It makes no fucking. Oh, speaking of the gays. So most of you guys know, right? I have to like collect my thoughts on this because it makes me angry. Most of you know I am a huge Harry Potter fanatic. Like, obsessed level of a Harry Potter fan. Grew up reading the books, love the movies. I will force people to watch the movies and be like, you're fucking watching them. Duct tape them to chairs. It's really like a form of torture at this point for everyone else around me. Now, that being said, in the years since A, the end of the books, and B, the end of the movies, J.K. Rowling has tried to remain relevant and, like, for whatever reason, and still in the spotlight. Like, your books and your your fucking stories that you told. Yeah, exactly, Adrian. Fucking nerd. Yeah, right here. It's earned her over, billions of dollars. It's a huge phenomenon all over the world. Her books and movies are sold all through the fucking world. And this is a hookah, everyone, and it's fucking empty. All right? Everyone just call me your fucking shit. 2. Or whatever. So, why she had to come out last week and be like, Dumbledore and Grindelwald were in an intense sexual relationship, I'll never fucking know. I don't fucking know why she had to say that. We all fucking knew that Dumbledore was gay. I didn't want to, no one fucking cared. And, oh, these guys, Dumbledore and Grindelwald, were super close, probably closer than they should have been. So you're like, oh, all right. So they were either so J.K. Rowling loves to fiddle with the Harry Potter universe almost as much as George Lucas. The only difference is Lucas actually did something about it, and Rowling just likes to tweet about Dumbledore being a top or a bottom. Because we needed to fucking know that. Recently, J.K. made comments about Dumbledore and Grindelwald's intense sexual relationship on the commentary for the latest Fantastic Beasts film. And I think I speak for everyone when I say that the last thing I thought about when watching those children's movies was, but did the principal of the wizard school do butt stuff with the evil wizard? I never once have I thought that. Like, did they do the butt stuff? I don't know. JK, help me. Nobody fucking asked that question. So Rowling has often been called out by her fans for not including too many characters of different races, sexuality, or other backgrounds. So instead of including a more diverse selection of characters in the books, plays, and movies she has written, produced since the last Harry Potter book came out, she has decided to just tweet out a bunch of nonsensical facts to go back to swimming in a Scrooge McDuck-sized pool of money. She told everyone Dumbledore was gay well after the final book was released, and she once made up a character on the spot when asked if there were any Jewish wizards. And then she said that maybe Hermione was black, or maybe she was white, or whatever. She doesn't fucking know. You're the goddamn author. How you created this character. How the fuck do you not know the race of your characters? And, I'm going to go out on a limb here and be like, you know what? She's probably white, because the story is based in fucking England, where the majority of the people are, wait for it, fucking white. Weird, I know. It's almost like that big Disney conspiracy of there's not enough princesses of color. It's like, well, no shit. Look where the fucking stories are set. Like, fucking Norway. Majority of the people there, they're fucking white, which is why Elsa is whiter than me, and why Anna fucking glows in the dark. Fucking, why is Snow White white? Because her story is set in Germany in the 14th century.
And she's literally named Snow White.
Right, and her fucking name, and then fucking Rapunzel, and they're like, oh, why are they not princess? God damn it, these countries at the time of these stories were predominantly white. I know it's weird, but that's what it was. So anyways, so she told, fans of the series are not having any of this weird bullshit either. Here are some of the best responses to her latest revelation that sums up how ridiculous this whole thing has gotten. Dude, I'm fucking dying on some of these. So this one dude is like, someone needs to tell J.K. Rowling that it's okay she wasn't thinking much about representation in media when she wrote Harry Potter. I mean, it was the 90s when she started the series and defined the characters. No one was thinking about it at the time. It's different times. And then this other dude named Sam, I wish I could write a book so popular that it became a vital piece of worldwide pop culture, only to reveal years later that all your childhood defining characters were into meth and fisting. J.K. Rowling equals legend. This chick named Sarah, she was like, me. Not asking anything. J.K. Rowling. The Whomping Willow is gay. It's like, who the fuck cares? And me, nothing. JK, nothing. Me, nothing. JK, nothing. Me, nothing. JK, nice weather today. Me, relieved. Oh, I know, it's amazing. JK, Dolores Umbridge is into hardcore tentacle porn. Me, please stop. JK, she used magic to fucking octopus. Jesus. Funeral director, I'm so sorry for your loss. Me, thank you. JK, Harry's dad once took 3 cocks at once. God damn it, not now. Just received news that J.K. Rowling has announced that I've actually been a white 5'6" botanist all along. And it's by some dude named Rami Ismail. Again, no one says anything. J.K., there's a reason why Dumbledore is called the headmaster. Damn it. And it just goes on and on and on. And J.K. Rowling, after accidentally stumbling into a Harry Potter furry fan fiction. Write it down. Write it all down. Right. Someone says that J.K. said, you know, Chamber of Secrets is Salazar Slytherin's sex dungeon. Nobody says anything. J.K. Rowling, Dobby can deep throat a Nimbus 2000. Like, good God. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
I've seen Harry Potter. Okay. I have seen it, and it's been a long time, but I don't remember it being a Catholic school.
It's not. It's a wizarding school.
Well, yeah, but you're talking about the principal being like all into whatever, and I thought that was like the Catholics that had that problem. Sorry, that was low. If you're Catholic, I'm sorry. Remember, it's not just a sin; it's a felony. So if you're an altar boy, you should probably report it.
Right. All right, y'all. We are gonna go on break. Because I have 2 small people that I need to put to bed. So, when we come back, we are going to talk about conspiracy theories to include the Clinton kill list. But then a lot of people have started dying who are, you know, in close connection to a lot of these supposed mass shootings that have happened over the last decade. So, we'll be back, and until then, shots or drinks or I don't fucking know, whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm not your dad. So...
I bleed, don't treat me like an object. I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see. And like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object. I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
Call me a vet like a soldier. Green beret, 21 gun salute. Don't wanna see the day. In the constant war zone, in the home of the brave, where they hate the police until they saving the day. I got kids like you, a mortgage like you. So blue lives matter, and so does yours too. All this separation and divide, open your eyes. If you cut us all open, we the same inside. The only difference is I run to the gunfight. Your peace when it's chaos, when the people don't act right. But I'm under scrutiny for trying to protect me. You pull a pistol and I'm shooting for trying to contest me. I got a quick second to make a deadly decision. The media betrayed me like a kid for a living. Like I'm cold with no heart, a brain with no thoughts, a body with no feeling, a life with no cause.
Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see. And like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object. I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see. And like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object. I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. I'm damned if I do, and damned if I don't. It's like every single time I say what's on my mind, they go for my throat. They spew evil words. A few are absurd, always grinding, grinning, and killing my soul with these verbs. Hold me down, like I can't gasp for air. I'm closed inside of a box, like I'm inside Fort Knox. Every time that I'm there, I don't know why they think that I'm different from you. All that's true is I'm a like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see. And like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object. I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see. And like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object. I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see. And like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object. I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see. And like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object. I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
moment you try to deny the existence of evil, you're in denial. The moment you try to pretend there are no wolves in the land,
there are lambs who need protecting,
is that I am a sheepdog.
Call 911 when something's going down in your town. Who else is running towards you now? Take a look around. Running towards the danger, never ever running from it. Risk your only life for a stranger? Yeah, man, I've done it. Lace those boots up, strap that vest down, hold that line tight when a clown comes to your town. Willing to give my life, but I won't let it happen. On or off duty, that's why I always stay strapped in. Pointing more guns to more people than gangbangers, and I get to squeeze the trigger. Now you tell me who has anger. I'm all that stands between my people and the evil. The wolves looking like sheep, saying that they're peaceful. Rip off your shirt, show that S on your chest. A hero is a calling, it's a test for the rest. So let's get tantric, yeah man, throw a tantrum. Let's go wolf hunt and sing along with the anthem. Blue line soldiers, you have the right to remain silent. Blue line soldiers, anything you say is used against you. Blue line soldiers, this ain't a joke, this is our town. Blue line soldiers, and we've come to take it back now. Look to the left, look to the right, and realize we're the reason you can sleep at night. I die for my country, I die for the blue. You should also realize that I would die for you too. You'd be surprised at the things I go through to make sure that your family comes back home to you. I'm watching in the day, I'm creeping in the night. No matter what the reason or the demon, I'm down to fight. We were bred in the streets, that's why we're back in them. Keeping the peace, felonies, yeah, we're stacking them. And to the people pointing fingers, you don't know what it's like to hunt the evil that goes bump in the night. I didn't write the law, no man, I didn't make it. But I guarantee you'll see me if he does break it. I'm locked in, I'm loaded, now let's go fight crime. Here comes the soldiers marching straight down the blue line. Blue line soldiers, you have the right to remain silent. Blue line soldiers, anything you say is used against you. Blue line soldiers, this ain't a joke, this is our town. Blue line soldiers, and we've come to take it back now. They don't even want to see us cause we remind them that there's evil that's infiltrating the cities and killing the people. Giving no respect, I'm sure Kaepernick can vouch. Meanwhile, he disrespects the flag sitting on his couch. Paying no attention, the Blues got a job to do. Talking all tough, where you at now? What's stopping you? Stand for the badge, die for the shield. But good luck getting past this Glock that I wield. Always concealed, revealed only on the battlefield. But keep stepping to me and you're gonna get your face peeled. Let's get it straight, my team will always win. If you take me out, there will always be more of them. Hit the light, sound the siren, let's get it going. Pumping this blue blood through my veins where it's flowing. We got it all figured out like my training planned it. Never off duty, so come on, saddle up, blue bandits. Line soldiers, you have the right to remain silent. Line soldiers, anything you say is used against you. Line soldiers, this ain't a joke, this is our town. Line soldiers, and we've come to take it back now.
Welcome back to Tied Up Tuesday. I'm Minx, and I'm joined by Radar. Radar, what up, dude? How was your break?
It was awesome.
I was about to be like, I hope he's there. Hello.
No, when it first comes back, I get a weird feedback. It takes like, I don't know, a couple seconds to catch up or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. So, I know I said that we would like talk about conspiracy theories. That being said, hold on. So, big breaking news from today, this afternoon, is that Jesse's mullet, or is it mullet? Right? Is it like dirt or endearte? Anyways, Jesse's mullet was facing 16 felony charges in Chicago, which the DA dropped today, which I don't really, I guess I kind of understand why, being that they're two star witnesses, the two Nigerian brothers, story again. So the witnesses are they're furious after the DA Kim Fox dropped all charges against Jesse's mullet. So they're livid over the fact that the DA office has decided to drop charges, according to multiple sources. At the end of the day, it's Mr. Smollett who committed this hoax, period. If he wanted to clear his name, the way to do it was in a court of law so that everyone could see the evidence, Johnson said. I stand by the facts of what we produced. If they want to dispute those facts, the place to do that is in court. Johnson added, do I think justice was served? No, I think the city is still owed an apology. So for those of you who have been living under a rock, what had happened is that in, early mid-January, this dude sent himself a fake threat letter with a mysterious white powder, which turned out to be fucking aspirin. And because that did not gain national news, he then hired two black men to stage a hate crime against himself. And so when word of this got out, everyone's like, oh, Trump supporters, and the fucking racist white people, they're homophobic bigots, blah, blah, motherfucking blah. Right? Same old song and dance. And then things started to get a little fishy because they're like, one, who the fuck is walking around downtown Chicago at 2 in the goddamn morning when it's freezing outside? Like, let's ask the obvious question first. Why are you walking? Why did you not get a cab or an Uber or literally another mode of transportation? 2, you're saying that racist rednecks attacked you by throwing bleach on you and putting a lynch around your neck, or putting a noose around your neck, and screaming at you that this is MAGA country in downtown Chicago. Like, rural Mississippi, I could understand and be like, yeah, no, I can see that. Orange, Texas. Yeah, no, I can see that. That place is a known hub of the KKK. Everyone fucking knows that. I didn't know that until after I had stayed there overnight on a journey, like a PCS journey across country, and I was like, oh, shit. Good thing I'm white. Right? I had my little white privilege card with me, so it's sorry, not sorry. But it's in the middle of downtown Chicago. I think not. Simply because Chicago turns the whole state blue. Like, Chicago is known as an anti-Trump city. Are there Trump supporters there? Yeah, no, there are. I know a couple. Do they have the audacity and the lack of self-awareness and self-safety to go around announcing it to everybody? No, they don't, because they know in that city, in the city of Chicago, if you vote red, you are public enemy number one amongst your peers. So I have a very, very hard time believing that anyone in the city of Chicago would be like, oh, this is MAGA country, and yell it in Chicago. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So there's that. So number 3 is that this dude is a gay black man, right? Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. But he's been, put into this little box and like, oh, I'm doubly struggling and fucking what's the word? Fuck me. Radar, what's the word I'm thinking of?
I don't know. That's why I didn't answer.
God damn it. So anyways, but like doubly persecuted, right? Because he's black.
Oh, Double Jeopardy.
No, not double jeopardy, but like, you know, he's being persecuted twice. Once because he's black and once because he's gay. I guess because, again, this is America in the 1950s and the civil rights thing has not happened. So, and again, I get it. I understand. I know hate crimes still happen. I'm not denying that. I'm denying that they happened to a gay black man in Chicago. It does not happen. Now, what super racist white man is going to watch a show all about black people being prosperous? They're not. That's not a show they are going to turn on. They're going to be like, I'm not watching this because I don't agree with anything on this show, right? Everything about this show makes me angry. So for him to come out and be like, oh, these people recognize me from my show that I'm on and they knew that I was gay. No, not in a dark street of Chicago at 2 a.m. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. And the police fucking called him out on it. They gathered all this evidence. They wasted tens of thousands of dollars collecting all this evidence, doing all these interviews and investigations and all this shit for the DA to be like, yeah, we're going to drop the case. What? So, it's just...
There's a lot of allegedly alleging
Go on.
political ties to a certain Democratic presidential candidate. I don't like naming names on this show.
Do it. Your face isn't even on.
Oh, right. I don't really care. It's not Hillary Clinton, so I'm not going to get suicided. But
yes.
But allegedly, there's been some reports that it's Kamala Harris's nephew or something like that.
Kamala Harris is like married to his cousin, but yeah, no, there's strong ties between him and Kamala Harris, and apparently George Soros too.
Wait a minute, George Soros. Did you give him money to the Democratic Party or any Democratic candidate or anybody aligned with them? I refuse to believe that because he's never done that.
He's never done that. No, but he did. So the left-wing billionaire mega donor George Soros donated $408,000 in 2016 to a super PAC that supported Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx, who is the Chicago District Attorney, who just dropped all 16 felony charges against Jesse Mullet.
But there's nothing going to be in the mainstream media about that. But just don't forget about it. Just don't worry about it. He's fine. It never happened. Don't worry about it.
But that's just it. His record got expunged. They fucking, it's like it never happened.
Well, and to me, I think part of this publicity stunt actually worked. Because if I'm brutally honest, like 3 months ago, I never heard of this dude. People were like, oh, do you know Juicy Scullet? And I was like, who? I don't know no Juicy Mullet, dude.
Right.
And now all of a sudden we're talking about him, and it's not just us. It's a lot of people around here doing it. And I don't know, like, whatever. So on that end, it actually worked for him. It wasn't the best publicity, but I guess any publicity is better than nothing.
Right.
But yeah, when you start, because I don't know, it's like they keep bringing up things like we're stupid. Like, it's 2019. People have Google. You know, we can start tying some things together and be like, hey. And then, of course, you say something, since he's both gay and black, we're racist and homophobic and whatever because, you know, and whatever. it's Chicago. I mean, there's never been any political corruption in the city of Chicago.
Ever.
Yeah, weird. So I don't know. It's like they're playing us for fools on this one, and I don't. Whatever. I'm just really surprised that they didn't just like let him out and not say anything. That's the thing that I don't understand. They could have just like dropped everything when, I don't know, there's some other big news going on. Whenever we invade Venezuela or whatever, they could have just dropped him that day and be like, because they do that crap with some of these trials anyway. They push it back and push it back and push it back till no one thinks about it anymore. Then you'll kind of see a page 10 story,
beep.
Yeah.
But speaking of Venezuela, Russian troops have landed in Venezuela.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, World War III right around the corner. Time to show everyone again, right? I mean, we got to get involved. We're back-to-back champs. Like, we got to defend our title. Be like, bitches need to sit the fuck back down. Right? Hold on, y'all. Daddy's here. But no, okay, so it says, in a shock announcement Tuesday, prosecutors dropped all 16 felony charges against the left-wing Hollywood actor whom police had accused of faking a hate crime in January that he blamed on racist, homophobic, white Trump supporters. Fox had formally recused herself from the case in February because she had spoken with Smollett's family. So the so that should be a conflict of interest right there. So the Chicago Tribune later reported that Fox had asked police to turn the case over to the FBI after an intervention by Tina Chen. I don't know. It's Chen, but with a T in front of it. Chen? Is that it? I don't know. Former chief of staff for former First Lady Michelle Obama. Soros has spent heavily on backing progressive candidates for local prosecutorial offices across the nation following the rise of the Black Lives Matter movement in 2014, which alleged that black defendants have been treated unfairly by the justice system. So anyways, now Michaela brings up a lot of good points in Mixer. Cops are supposed to arrest suspects and provide evidence. They aren't supposed to go public about it. And you're right, they're not. However, this is something that should have gone to court. He pleaded not guilty. The state then takes it and, the prosecutor's office takes all the evidence. The evidence gets dispersed to both sides. Each side gets an equal amount of time and, access to all the evidence. And then you go to court and have a jury of your peers decide, yes, guilty, or no, not guilty. That's what should have happened. But instead, even though the police collected all this evidence, and there's videos, proof of these brothers buying the items from the store that were used in this alleged hate crime, and then these items were also found in their apartment. So they've got all this evidence, all this proof that this man coordinated this attack on himself. And yet he's not getting his day in court to plead, to prove his innocence, which to me, now I just think you're fucking guilty. And two, it's not even going to show up on his record. Not because there was a lack of evidence, not because there was no evidence, but because the DA was like, oh, never mind, we're not going to do it.
Well, and that's why maybe it should have went over to the FBI. That Mueller guy, he's got some free time.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, bruh, 2 weeks. I bet you $20. 2 weeks. He's going to be dead by suicide.
You think he's going to suicide himself, or is he maybe he bought himself some... He's like, I won't look into Hillary's emails if, I don't know. That's such a fucking bullshit thing, too. That whole investigation cost, what, $45 million or some shit like that,
yeah,
$35 million.
As of last, what was it? After the first year, because it's been going on for 2 years, it might be upwards towards $50 million. but it's been going on for 2 years, right? Pretty much since President Trump got elected. Oh, Russian collusion. And we finally get the report back. And now everyone's shitting themselves because they're like, oh, wait, there was none? Shit. Now, that being said, I shared something earlier today. Let me get it so I can quote it correctly. And it's Bill Hader, and he's like chowing down on some popcorn like, this is going to be great. And it honestly is. Like, I cannot wait to watch this soap opera unfold. Because now we all get to watch as a president who has repeatedly tried to discredit the FBI as corrupt and untrustworthy, tries to now convince us to trust their report. At the same time, we have Democrats who have repeatedly labeled anyone who has questioned the objectivity of the FBI as traitors and treasonous, try to convince us not to trust the results of the Mueller investigation. Gonna be so good.
There is, there's like, 3-4 senators or lawmakers, some cocksucker in Washington, that were like, we got all this evidence and blah, 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 and everything. And the ones who were really all the Democratic Party was really pushing for it. Why don't they make the DNC or whoever was like really pushing for this shit, make them pay it back? Pay back the fucking federal government. Those cocksuckers are the ones who are like, well, we need to, and then I saw a great comparison to the Ken Starr investigation of Bill Clinton when he was getting his rocks off in the Oval Office. and they're like, well, that cost more money. And it's like, yeah, but he was fucking doing it. Like, there was proof there of that cocksucker getting his dick sucked in the Oval Office. And, he was, impeached or trying to be impeached, whatever. I don't know. I was a kid, but I was a kid. I was like 18. So I was chasing tail and drinking beers. I wasn't worried about him getting his dick sucked. But I don't know. Like, we have all these fucking idiots who are fighting over it, and it's like, if you post a meme to your Facebook page, or you share a post for Donald Trump or Gary Johnson or Hillary Clinton or whatever, you're trying to influence the election. Mm-hmm. That's what you do. That's what you're doing. That's literally what you're doing, is trying to influence, whether it be on a small scale because they're just your friends who see it, or on our platform here where we have more viewers than I have Facebook friends. But
right,
you're technically trying to influence the election, and that's fine. That's the same if you have a yard sign in your fucking yard, if you have a billboard, if you have whatever, you're trying to influence the election.
However, you're not being paid by the federal government to do that, and you're not speaking on behalf of a corporation. And you're not speaking on behalf of a foreign nation, so Cause brings up a great point in Facebook, which is that technically this was an attempted soft coup. This was the Democratic Party, the DNC, really trying to absolve President Trump out of his presidency and get him out of the Oval Office, which is a coup.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to say this. I think, like I said, I'm not a huge Trump fan. He's doing all right, but I'm not like on the Trump train. I'm not going to go out wearing a mega hat or any crap like that. But to me, Mike Pence scares the Democrats more than Trump does.
Right.
So,
and that's just it. That's just it, is that Trump is definitely more moderate, right? He's more midline, or more a little to the right of midline, right? Pence, you got to go a little bit further from midline towards the right, that's really how Donald Trump really secured a lot of the more, how do I put it, right-wing conservatives and true conservatives, is because he picked Pence. And it's just like, Pence has come out and said, on the record, I don't support gay marriage. I would, try to abolish that. Because that's not what he believes in, and everyone's entitled to their own beliefs, whether they are yours or not, and whether you agree with them or not. Everyone is entitled to their own beliefs. It's just, when my rights start, yours end. But yeah, no, it's fucking crazy. Like, you guys do realize who would take over, right?
The only thing I could think of with that investigation was they're trying to say that it wasn't just Trump, it was everyone involved with his administration, whether it Trump and Pence and what was that cocksucker attorney general that they had that was like, weed will make you dance with the Negroes or whatever. That dude, the old crazy white cocksucker that they had. What was his name?
I don't know. Who the fuck said that? Hi, Bailey.
No, I don't remember that dude. I don't remember. He probably didn't actually say it, but he was like very, very anti-marijuana. And there was, I don't remember. But hey, Bailey. Hi. I don't think you're crazy. But anyway, but I don't know. Like, that's what I was thinking was they were trying to get all of that whole group kind of tied in together and indict all of them. And I don't know, impeach all of them or get them all removed from office or whatever. But I don't know. It came out to nothing, and but then they're still like, well, there's probably some collusion. We just couldn't find it. I'm like, you cocksucker spent 2 years straight looking for it and promising all this stuff. And the only thing that's came out of this is the memes. Let's be honest. There's been some fucking funny memes that have come out of this.
Yeah.
But that's all that's kind of come up. So I don't know. $50 million or whatever down the fucking drain so we can continue fighting over nothing.
Right? It's sad. But at the same time, I don't think I've ever seen more people so upset that our president did not commit treason. Like, they were fucking crying. Rachel Maddow was fucking fighting to hold back tears on MSNBC when this broke. She was struggling to not cry because for 2 years she not only has she, convinced everyone who watches the garbage that is MSNBC and her fucking show, but she had convinced herself that President Trump was guilty and that he was going to be impeached because of treason and there was going to be this Russian collusion and that he was going to get out of office because of this. And watching all of her hopes and dreams just crumble around her was so satisfying. It was fucking. Oh God, I keep shaking it. It was satisfying.
It was very satisfying, and like I said, I'm not pro-Trump. He's a Trump fan. I'm not. Whatever. He's cool. But all this really did, I think, is really secured another term for President Trump.
You think
combined
so?
with the lack of integrity that any fucking Democratic presidential hopeful has. They're like, oh, now we're going to get Joe Biden. I'm like, he's a fucking kid toucher. Maybe you should stay the fuck away from him. But all of a sudden, now he's a saving grace of the Democratic Party. And I don't know. Like,
right? Don't get me wrong. The Biden memes and how devoted he was to President Obama, hilarious. I loved and I miss Joe Biden memes. I miss him. That being said, he is quite clearly a pedophile. The way that he touches and caresses children in front of everyone to see, mind you, because again, he believes he can't be touched. And it is quite clear that these little girls and these teenage girls are uncomfortable with The way, one, he's touching them. He's fucking smelled them. And if you don't believe me, look at the fucking videos. Because it's there, he'll fucking, like, lean down and be like, God, okay, like, the fuck are you doing? He's,
Yeah, there's no way that if I like got a babysitting service or some shit and that creepy old fucker showed up, or that's why I was like, I hope I don't get a fucking big medal. Like, I'm probably gonna fall on a grenade or some shit and get a Presidential Medal of Honor or whatever, Congressional Medal of Honor. I'm gonna show up to the fucking ceremony and goddamn Biden's gonna be touching my kids while I'm trying to get my fucking awards. Fuck you, get the fuck out of here.
Right,
like,
exactly. Like,
I don't want that medal.
Excuse me, Vice President, sir, if you could please back away from my child. You are making me uncomfortable. Back the fuck up.
Yeah, but and here's the other. This is something that I was just some shit that we were talking about at work or whatever, and they're like, "What if Biden runs and has Obama as his vice president, and then he just like quits? He's like, fuck it, I'm out, and then Obama gets another 4 years as president."
God, we would like our country's already going to hell. That would just speed it up.
I don't know. I just can't figure out why they can't. In all the Democratic Party, like from fucking Biden on down to like some county commissioner fucking somewhere, they can't find somebody who doesn't lie about their race. They can't find somebody who isn't a giant cocksucker and somebody who isn't a kid toucher. Like, find somebody fucking normal and put them in there, and you probably win. Like, we don't need a communist or socialist, and we don't need any other shit. Just get a normal fucking dude. He doesn't have to be. No one even has to know his motherfucking name. Just put him up there and be like, "Hey, this is Joe," or not Joe because that sounds like Biden. This is Timmy. Timmy's a county commissioner in Ohio, and he's not crazy. He doesn't want to take all your fucking money, and he's probably not going to touch your kids. Like, I'll probably vote for him. I don't even care at this point.
Right.
Like,
and like
why?
That's how I am. I don't stick to party lines. It's what I agree with and what I don't agree with. And if, it just happens to be I agree more with the people who are red or, the independents. I agree with them too. It's fucking hell yeah, let's get a third party motherfucker up in there. I'm down. Let's fucking do it. But no, okay, so that Andrew, is it Andrew? I don't know, fucking Yang, the Asian dude who's running for the for the ticket for the Democrats, who's proposed a $1,000 stipend to every adult over the age of 18. You get $1,000 a month, no matter what. I'm gonna I'm gonna bet that if he wins and he actually does that, your rent just went up another $1,000 because they know you can fucking pay it. I guarantee you gas will skyrocket. Fucking food will go up. Like, cost of food is gonna go up. Cost of fucking everything will go up because the corporations will know that you can afford it because you get that $1,000 bonus from the United States government just for fucking living. Now, that being said, how the fuck are they going to fund that? They're talking about how, money for Social Security is running out and that people my age are not going to get it. So, how the fuck are we going to give a $1,000 check to every single person in the United States over the age of 18 every single month?
Well, it's not going to be $1,000. They got to tax it, so you're only going to get 60% of that because they got to, pull all that shit out.
Right. So you get $600.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just fucking that's something. My daughter is in. She's in 8th grade, and they have like a very basic civics class, and there was something she was reading. She's like, "What's all this stuff about free stuff?" She's like, "I want free money." I was like, "Do you?" And I tried to explain to her that one, someone's got to pay for it. It's not fucking free. And then two, that it causes inflation, and two, when at some point you have more people receiving money than making money, that the whole fucking system collapses.
Collapses because the government can't keep paying money that they don't have.
Well, I mean, we get it from China, so I don't know.
I mean, at this point, they're talking about selling off California to China to try to pay off the debt, which I think would be a good idea.
Yeah, they can have them.
Fucking take it. I need to move a few people out. But other than that, fucking take it. Fucking take it.
Oh, and Michael Sumner says, AOC says taxes. Yeah, we just keep taxing the fuck at everybody until I was like, psh, I don't know, whatever.
Right?
Like,
that's right. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to tax everybody because reasons. Right, Branko? You might propose that, but the House and Senate would never approve it. That you know of. Right? Oh, yeah, so we can sell California to China. We can sell Montana to Canada. I mean, practically, it's South Canada as it is. So, anyways, okay, conspiracy theories now. So, the father of... This is the article, right? But, forward little note. I think Sandy Hook was a conspiracy. I don't think it actually happened.
Holla, where are the body bags? Just saying.
Well, one, where are the body bags? There weren't any. Number two, that school was having an active shooter drill that day at that time. So there's that. 3, the weapons they found did not match, what they said the ballistics were. It didn't fucking match. It was like, they claimed they had ballistics from a semi-automatic rifle, but the weapons they found were like shotguns and pistols. And you're like, this does not add up. So that was 3. 4, only one ambulance showed up. 1. Which means they, in actuality, could only transport 1 patient, which they never did. The ambulance never fucking left. An ambulance showed up. 1 ambulance showed up and parked way down the road instead of coming right up to the school. No, that's not how that works. You would not send, no EMS company, no hospital would send only 1 ambulance to handle a mass casualty situation. Not going to happen. So, and then everyone's like, oh, but the gravestones. It's too fucking easy to go to a fucking funeral home and be like, hey, I need you to put out some marble out there. Put these dates on it and this name. Doesn't mean there's a body under it. So anyways. So, and then there's pictures. There's only the 1 picture of Sandy Hook. And the teacher who supposedly died was then found at a different school later on. Kids that had apparently died in Sandy Hook were photographed in the Oval Office after the Sandy Hook shooting. I have questions. So anyways,
yep.
So
well, how did that one chica get in Remembrance fucking Facebook page put up 2 days before the goddamn shooting?
Right?
Shit like that. Just saying.
Right? Mm-hmm. They had in memoriam pages set up before anything happened. You're like, but you're still fucking alive. What the fuck is this? And oh, never mind. Like, do not pay attention to the man behind the curtain. So yeah. So there's more questions than answers when it comes to that. And I blame my sister, honestly, for getting me hooked on into this whole conspiracy thing. Because at first it's like, oh, it's so tragic, blah, blah, blah. And then my sister was like, watch these videos. And I'm like, oh my God, so many questions. So the father of a little girl killed in the 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting was found dead Monday in an apparent suicide. The body of Jeremy Richmond, who is the father of Avail Richmond, was found inside Edmond Town Hall in Newman, Connecticut about 7 a.m. Monday, police said. So allegedly his daughter was one of the 20 first grade students who were shot and killed on December 14th, 2012 at the elementary school. Six staff members were also killed that day. So the numbers, again, and then the numbers keep fucking changing. Anyways. So, Newtown police, is it Newtown or Newton? I don't know, whatever. Said Richmond appeared to have killed himself, but did not disclose further details about the death. They added the death did not appear suspicious. An autopsy was scheduled for yesterday. Now, that being said, his death comes one day after a second survivor of the Parkland, Florida school shooting from 2018 died in an apparent suicide over the weekend. Police received a call about a deceased person at a home Saturday night and arrived at the scene to find the body of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School student, a Coral Springs police spokesman told Fox News on Sunday. Sources told the Miami Herald, which first reported the story, that the juvenile was a male student who was a sophomore. So Sydney Aleo, a close friend of Meadow Pollock, one of the 17 people killed in the school shooting, killed herself on March 17th. Her mother told CBS Miami Thursday that the recent high school graduate was diagnosed with PTSD and struggled with survivor's guilt after the massacre, which I can understand. However, if you know that your child has been diagnosed with PTSD and survivor's guilt, why is she not on any sort of medication or talking to someone or in some sort of like inpatient therapy place to deal with this? I have questions. I have fucking questions. What did they know? Being the first one.
I always get really cautious, I guess is a good word, of believing like the medical professionals or the medical examiner's office, whatever, when they're like, oh, it was apparent suicide, but we don't need to tell you anything else. Like, give us a little bit. Like, was he hanged? Did he have 2 bullet wounds, 2 entrance wounds in the back of his head? Like some of these people who like spoke out against the Clintons.
Like the fucking staffer in D.C. who, it was a robbery gone wrong, but he was shot execution style twice in the back of the head, and nothing was missing.
Right.
I have questions. And so, so 3 people who survived, survived mass shootings have all killed themselves within the last, again, 2 weeks.
I think it's been a week or 10 days.
Yeah, it's not even 2 weeks. I mean, I have questions, and again, the first one being, what did they know? Especially the dad of the little girl. Like, what the fuck did he know? Like, was he questioning the wrong people? Like, I have questions about his death. Like, did he hang himself? Did he shoot himself? Did he overdose on drugs? Like, how did he die? Oh, it is not suspicious. Most of the time, if you're killed.
And there was a big to-do about that. And then it was kind of funny because they were like, well, yeah, now we need to see the bodies and shit. And then all of a sudden, no, you can't sue them. Like the case was dropped or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know. Like, I don't know if people know shit or are threatened to say shit or if they're like trying to extort money out of them and they're making an example out of them. There's a lot of questions there that are never going to get answered, at least not to you and I.
Right. Exactly. Well, okay. So one, really quick over in Mixer, Como, you put a family of 5 in your ambulance once. How many of those 5 were the actual patient? Because it should have only been 1. Like, yeah, you can bring people to, immediate family in there with you as you transport. But in an actual ambulance, in like a life and death situation, it should be the patient and maybe one family member. But even then, if it's an actual trauma thing where, you know, you're fucking actively doing compressions, you don't bring the family in there for that. Because that's going to severely traumatize the family.
And I guess
exactly.
I've never.
So you had the patient and then people who could not be left behind, i.e. kids. So, you know, they couldn't be left behind, so they had to go. But who the fuck is Brooklyn Zone? Cut your hair. Fucking you cut your dick off. But, and then cause a pass gun control legislation or actually sell more guns. Yeah, gun control doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work. Oh, which I fucking love New Zealand right now. And the fact that, you know, they set up that, fucking, that website like, oh, register your gun here for the mandatory turn-in of weapons. And only like 37 people in New Zealand actually did it. But then there's a whole bunch of people who were trolling the shit out of New Zealand. And there's a lot of Americans, and bravo, America. Like, you just fucking restored my faith in humanity.
Oh, I was thinking about what that Cosby sweater said, you know, pass gun legislation or actually some more guns. And I remember right after that Sandy Hook shooting, and you couldn't buy a fucking gun anywhere. AR-15s were like biggity banned, son. They were out. You couldn't find any parts or nothing. Or bullets. You couldn't find bullets anywhere either. People were like stocking up. I think President Obama was one of the best gun salesmen ever. That dude sold more guns than Remington and Winchester and all of them combined could ever sell.
Whoa. Doc Mortar just said in an unrelated story, 37 Kiwis underwent gender reassignment surgery. At first, I thought it said 37 kids underwent gender reassignment surgery. I was like, what the fuck? What surgeon operated on that?
All the New Zealanders are going fishing and having horrible accidents where the guns fall off the boats again.
Right? Weird. I don't know what happened. It just disappeared.
So what happened to all mine. I was out ice fishing and the truck went through the ice and they couldn't get it out. Right. So whatever. I got my truck back, but all the guns fell out the back of it. I don't know why. I even took the safe. I don't know. I was just really wanting to be safe that day, I guess.
Right. This fucking dude in Mixer, her hair's not real. Okay. Sure.
Please get a wig.
Yeah, it's a fucking weave. Hold on, I gotta do the weave pat. I gotta do the pat and then the one finger scratch. Right? That's a thing, right? I don't know. I've never had fucking weave in my hair a day in my life. I don't own extensions. I don't know how to do hair. I fucking washed it. And this is the result. Your hair's not real. All right, man. Fucking idiot. Oh my god.
AL1 Camo made it. All these floods, my guns just vanished.
Right.
You know, we've been having. I don't know. You guys probably haven't been all right down there, but you know, just today, like just about 50 miles east of where I'm at, they're like, this dam's going to wash out, and they evacuated a bunch of people, and they can't go home tonight. I don't know if they're fixing it, but you know, there's all kinds of floods in the Midwest right now. You know, everyone came up and visited me, and they lost their guns in my horrible house flood. That sucks.
Right. So down here where I'm at in Central Texas, it has been gorgeous weather, actually. I know North Texas got bombarded with like golf ball size hail the other night. People were mad. Like, the fuck is that shit? You live in North Texas. This happens every third winter of the season. I don't know. Like, right now, so Texas seasons right now, we are in between third winter and spring, right? Which is, right now, it's called the pollinating. Because everything except the cedar is pollinating right now. But the fucking, right? I'm in Texas, and I unfortunately lost all of my guns in the Nebraska floods. Cause same. Fucking great. Oh my god. What was I saying? I don't remember.
I believe it was the pollinating.
Oh yeah, the pollinating. So, a big thing going on right now in Texas is bluebonnets are blooming fucking everywhere. Oh, you're right, cause we had 2 inches of hail. I think that qualified as a snowfall. I agree. I think it does. But yeah, so bluebonnets are in fucking bloom everywhere, and they're fucking gorgeous, right? So bluebonnets are Indian paintbrushes. Same flower, just different colors. And it's a really big year for the bluebonnets because we had a really wet winter. And I am becoming a Texas basic bitch. Because, like, a big thing in Texas is, you have to take bluebonnet pictures, right? If you see a fucking field of bluebonnets, you need to, like, pull over and, like, get out of the bluebonnets and take pictures. Fun thing about bluebonnets is that rattlesnakes love them because mice love them, and rattlesnakes love fucking mice. So my little family and I are gonna go do bluebonnet pictures this weekend. I'm so excited. Oh my god. I don't smoke fuego. It's okay. Hold on, Cosby Sweater. You're just wrong. You're wrong on every single level. You are fake fucking news. Bluebonnets is not an ice cream company. The company you are thinking of is Bluebell. Right? Even the fiance's like, it's fucking dumbass. Right? Bluebell. But no, seriously, like, bluebonnets are a huge deal here in Texas, and it's the state flower, and everyone just goes fucking ape shit for it. So I must be like a fucking Texan now, right? Right? Rattlesnakes, woo!
You know, I remember, like I said, I was stationed in Fort Worth, and I remember I lived in White Settlement, which was false advertising because I was the only white person who lived in White Settlement. But like, it's right off I-30, and there's like bluebonnets in the median, and people would just fucking slam on their brakes and get out, like, take their fucking kids out in the median of the freeway, trying not to get hit by semis and drunks and shit, and hop back in and get back, take off. And I was like, what the fuck is up with these flowers? And someone's like, oh, those are bluebonnets. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna die over a flower. That's ridiculous.
I don't think you understand, though, is that they're goddamn bluebonnets. Right, Bluebonnet's a butter company.
Yeah.
Fucking nerd. Do I smoke anything? I don't. I used to smoke cigarettes for, I think, 7 or 8 years. I don't remember. And I quit. I do not like how marijuana affects me. And in fact, Kaz knows what happens when I smoke marijuana, which is only been a few times. And the last time it happened, I thought eggs were radioactive. It was not a good time. I don't like it. I know you just tried to call. However, the show's over. So there's that. Sorry, Brooklyn. Maybe next time. I'll be back next Tuesday. We can chat then. Well, that's our show. Did we cover everything? Did you want to keep going on these conspiracies at all?
No, I don't want to take G. We already said taxation is theft, and we covered, too much conspiracy stuff. G Ready and Pookie are gonna bust in the door and just take over and show us where we're wrong. So.
Right. Oh yeah, I totally use Land O'Lakes butter. I do. Salted and unsalted. You have to use unsalted when you bake. I found that out. Thank you, Great British Baking Show. Because, like, I always thought, like, butter's butter. It doesn't matter if it's salted or not. And apparently it does. I don't know. Jesus was black? Meh, probably. I know a lot of brown Jesuses, too. I'm just saying, Jesus is quite a popular name these days. I'm sure it was popular back then in, 30 BC. So, I don't know. Fucking weird, right? What's actually funny is that, how do I put this in a correct way? Because technically, by definition, it is mythology. So the mythology of Jesus Christ really mirrors and almost echoes the mythology surrounding Osiris. It's really interesting. So if anyone really wants to get into it, I would suggest looking that up. Because Osiris was born of Isis, and who was a virgin, and then he was killed when he was 30-something. Jesus was killed, born of a virgin, killed when he was 30-something. Had 12 disciples. It's fucking weird, the parallels. Look into it. Yeah, the snozberries do not taste like snozberries. They don't. And the eggs, which are fucking... hi, Matt Red Devil. Thanks for following us. The eggs, which are supposed to be yellow, definitely turn a radioactive green. It's not a fun time for me when I smoke the weed. I don't do it because of that. I don't like it. I don't like how it makes me feel. I hate it. How you family minks? Sith Lord, I need you to speak English. I don't understand what you're saying. Anyways, that's our show for tonight. Radar, do you want to do, it's not, his mom was, Isis is a Egyptian goddess. So there's that. Do you want to do the breakdown of our shows?
Yes, I would love to. So tonight is Tied Up Tuesday with Minx and me. Woo!
Hey!
Radar. And then Wednesday is a no scheduled activities day, a Donza day. Thursdays we got Salt's Time with Ice and Spanky. Hey, I did it halfway decent that time. I wasn't too bad. Friday is still kind of an off night, and so is Saturday. Jay Reddy's out for a little bit, taking a little break. And then Sundays we're kicking it with Kaz and Owl, Team Old down there, hooking it up, getting some hailed on or whatever Kaz was talking about. And then Mondays is the Monday edition with Ice and Flash. And then back to us on Tuesdays.
Right. And our next guest is actually this Sunday, so March 31st, which is 2 days after my birthday. I turned 33 on Friday. Anyways, sorry, I got excited. So Chris Ironman Heflin and Chris Redbird Adamson from the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, Washington, 11-8 chapter. So Army veterans Ironman and Redbird will be on the show to talk about their chapter and what events they have coming up to help the veteran community. So the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, also known as CVMA, is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the armed forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Their mission now is to support and defend those who have defended our country and our freedoms. Their focus is on our fellow veterans and active service members. It may involve helping a veteran care facility provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. Their membership is comprised of full members, those with verified combat service, and supporter members, those who have non-combat military service and have a sincere dedication to helping veterans. They have members in all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. So that is our next guest. And that's the only one we've got coming up right now. So, until next time, y'all, have a great rest of your evening. Have a good night. We will see you soon. Yeah, Radar and I will see you next week. But make sure to tune in Thursday for Sergeant's Time. You got anything else for anyone, Radar?
Nope, just enjoy Sergeant's Time.
Right? Oh, wait, do that again?
Sergeant's Time. Get Sword.
I never
Go hang out with the big sword.
I never understood people who said it like that. I'm like, there's a G in there.
It's just kind of a grunt, I
Gent.
guess. Sword.
Right? I really want to know how the word colonel got the R sound in it when there's no R.
It's because all them hicks back then thought it was like a kernel of cob. That's how they
Right?
tried to get it. And
Right?
they
That's
just kept-
God, I can't wait till the 6-year-old like brings me a word and it says colonel and she's like colonel. I'm like, no, it's colonel. There's no R. I know. What was it? I think it was the word of. She's like, of? Off? Eve? And I'm like, it's of. And she's like, but it's not a V. I know. It's just one you're going to have to know. And then one. Why does an O make a W sound? I don't know. But it does. I can't help you with that. So, everyone, that is it for the show tonight. I hope you had a great time. We will see you next week. Bye.